The 1971 Plymouth Cuda is more than just a car, it is an American legend, a symbol of the golden era of muscle cars, and one of the most respected names in Mopar history. The Cuda has always carried a reputation for being bold, aggressive, and built for performance. In this detailed car restoration journey, we bring back to life a classic 1971 Plymouth Cuda, a car that once ruled the streets and drag strips but over the years had been forgotten, left to rust, and lose its shine. Restoring a muscle car like this is not just about mechanical work, it is about respecting history, honoring craftsmanship, and reviving the spirit of raw American performance. This project is a tribute to muscle car culture, classic engineering, and the passion of enthusiasts who keep these legends alive. The story of this Plymouth Cuda begins with a car that had seen better days. Decades of wear and tear, exposure to weather, and lack of care had left it nearly unrecognizable. The paint was faded, the interior was falling apart, and the once powerful engine no longer had the voice it was known for. But under all the dust, rust, and dents was still a legend waiting to be reborn. Every restoration starts with a vision, and our goal was clear: bring this 1971 Plymouth Cuda back to its factory glory while also ensuring it delivers the same breathtaking power and timeless presence that made it famous. The restoration process began with a complete disassembly. Every part, from the smallest bolts to the largest panels, was carefully removed and inspected. The body of the car revealed hidden rust spots, dents, and areas that needed serious metal work. Rust repair is one of the most important aspects of any classic car restoration, and the Cuda was no exception. We cut away the damaged sections and fabricated new panels to ensure the structural integrity of the car was as strong as it was when it rolled out of the factory. Once the metalwork was complete, the body was sandblasted to remove old paint and primer, leaving behind a clean canvas for the next stages of the restoration. Choosing the right paint color for a car like the Plymouth Cuda is always a big decision. The 1971 Cuda is famous for its high-impact colors, bold shades that stood out in the early 70s muscle car scene. For this restoration, we went with a classic Mopar color that captures the spirit of the era perfectly. After multiple layers of primer, base coat, and clear coat, the car was polished to perfection, bringing out a deep, mirror-like shine that makes the Cuda look brand new again. The paint is not just a cosmetic touch, it is a reflection of the personality of this muscle car, loud, confident, and impossible to ignore. Under the hood, the heart of the beast was waiting to roar again. The 1971 Plymouth Cuda was available with several engine options, but the most famous was the legendary 426 Hemi and the 446 pack. For this build, the engine was completely rebuilt from the ground up. Every component was cleaned, inspected, and replaced or restored to factory specifications. The carburetors were tuned, the exhaust system was rebuilt to deliver that unmistakable Mopar sound, and the cooling system was upgraded to ensure reliability. The result is an engine bay that looks as if it came straight out of a showroom in 1971 and performs with the same raw power that muscle car fans love. The suspension and braking systems were also fully restored to ensure the Cuda not only looks stunning but drives like it was meant to. Classic muscle cars are known for their straight-line performance, but with careful attention to suspension geometry, shocks, and bushings, this car now handles better than ever. The braking system was upgraded to provide the stopping power needed for a car with this much performance, giving confidence to anyone behind the wheel. Every nut and bolt was torqued to perfection, every part aligned with precision, and every system tested for safety and performance. Inside the cabin, the restoration continued with the same level of detail. The interior of the 1971 Plymouth Cuda is iconic, with its driver-focused design, Raleigh gauges, pistol grip shifter, and classic styling cues. The seats were reupholstered in factory-correct materials, the dashboard was restored, and the gauges were rebuilt to function like new. The carpeting, headliner, and door panels were replaced, giving the interior a fresh, authentic look. Sitting inside this Cuda now feels like stepping back in time, with every detail carefully brought back to life to honor the original design. What makes this restoration truly special is not just the work that was done, but the spirit behind it. Restoring a classic like the 1971 Plymouth Cuda is more than a project, it is a passion. Every hour spent sanding, painting, wrenching, and polishing is fueled by the desire to preserve automotive history. Cars like this remind us of a time when design was bold, engines were powerful, and driving was an experience to be felt with all the senses. When the restored Cuda finally fired up for the first time, the sound of the engine was more than just noise, it was the sound of history coming alive again. Driving the fully restored 1971 Plymouth Cuda is an experience like no other. The moment you turn the key, the engine rumbles to life with authority. The acceleration is instant, the exhaust note is thunderous, and the feeling of controlling such raw power is unforgettable. Every gear shift, every roar of the engine, and every glance at the bold lines of the car reminds you that this is not just a machine, it is a legend. On the road, the Cuda turns heads everywhere it goes, drawing admiration from car enthusiasts, classic collectors, and anyone who appreciates timeless beauty. The cultural impact of the Plymouth Cuda cannot be overstated. In the early 70s, it stood at the peak of the muscle car wars, representing Mopar's answer to the Mustang, Camaro, and other rivals. Today, a well-restored Cuda is not just a car but an investment, a collector's dream, and a piece of automotive history. This restoration ensures that this particular Cuda will not only survive but thrive for decades to come, continuing to inspire future generations of car lovers. Sharing this journey with you is about more than showing off a beautiful car. It is about telling the story of dedication, craftsmanship, and passion that goes into every restoration. Whether you are a car enthusiast, a muscle car fan, or someone who simply loves seeing history preserved, this restoration represents the best of what car culture has to offer. From the moment we first laid eyes on this worn-out classic to the moment it rolled out of the shop shining like new, every step was taken with care and respect for the legend that is the 1971 Plymouth Cuda. This video is a celebration of classic cars, restoration excellence, and the spirit of muscle car culture. If you enjoyed watching this journey, make sure to like the video, share it with other car enthusiasts, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible restorations. Every project we take on is a chance to honor the past and bring automotive icons back to life, and your support helps us continue this mission. Thank you for joining us in bringing the 1971 Plymouth Cuda back to its glory. This car is not just steel, rubber, and paint, it is a living piece of history, a rolling work of art, and a reminder of why we fell in love with cars in the first place.